नमस्कार दोस्तों, आपका फिर से स्वागत है हमारे चैनल लॉकुम वेयर लॉ मीट्स विजडम। जैसा आप लोगों को पता ही होगा, हम लोग काफ़ी दिनों बाद इस चैनल पे मिल रहे हैं। कुछ व्यक्तिगत और कुछ प्रोफेशनल दिक्कतों के कारण हम लोगों ने इस चैनल पे कोई वीडियो अपलोड नहीं किया था। उसके लिए हम लोग क्षमा प्रार्थी हैं। और जैसा कि हमने पहले भी बोल चुके हैं कि इस चैनल का जो पर्पस है वो व्यूअरशिप लाना नहीं है, बल्कि लीगल नॉलेज को डिसेमिनेट, उसको डिस्पर्स करना है विदाउट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ गेटिंग मोर सब्सक्राइबर्स और गेटिंग सब्सक्राइबर who are not very serious towards the legal issues. We don't want any sensationalism, and therefore I am again saying sorry for not uploading videos. Now, to continue our journey, today we are going to discuss a judgment given by the Allahabad High Court pertaining to live-in relationships. And the name of the case is Shane Alam, एंड दिस वॉज द बेल केस। उसमें इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट में जस्टिस सिद्धार्था ने एक ऑब्जर्वेशन दी है, दो द लिव इन रिलेशनशिप्स आर लीगल इन इंडिया, बट आर दे सोशली एक्सेप्टेड? दैट इज़ द क्वेश्चन posed by the court, and though the question has been posed, but it has not been answered. So इस क्वेश्चन से एक प्रॉब्लम तो मुझे ये है कि सोशल क्वेश्चन पोज कर देना बाय द कोर्ट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल कोर्ट, विदाउट गिविंग देयर आंसर। आइदर while posing the question, the court should have referred this question to the parliament to consider. Otherwise, just posing the question without having their answer, I don't think this is the job of the High Court under bail jurisdiction. So this is the question posed by the High Court, and High Court also made powerful remarks like in a sexual exploitation case that reignited the debate between law and tradition. Let's continue with what the judgment says. As I have already told that the judgment is given by Justice Siddhartha. And I have gone through the judgment. I have read the entire order, or you can say the judgment. The language of the Honorable High Court is not very, upscale. The language given by the court is fed up with such cases. What do you mean by fed up? These live-in relationship is the reality of the day. It is going on in the entire world. It is happening in the metropolitan cities. It can happen in the tier 2 cities or tier 3 cities, or even in villages. You can't say that High Court is fed up with such cases. So I believe this is very unfortunate. High Court also observed that the live-in relationship, though legalized by the Supreme Court, clash with the values of Indian middle class. Values of Indian middle class, it's a very, very wide term. And this judgment also, like many other judgments of Allahabad High Court, this is going more on morality, less on legality. But what to say, what can be said? If the High Court is saying so, what it can be set aside by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has already came heavily on the High Court to give moral lecture. So this judgment is also kind of moral lecture only. Justice Siddhartha also stated that the women suffer disproportionately while men move on or marry. Society stigmatizes a woman after such relationships end. Finding a life partner becomes difficult for them. So High Court was essentially talking about women who are into live-in relationships. So this is also, moral finding of the High Court, moral views of the learned single judge of the High Court. ये केस ये था कि लिव इन रिलेशनशिप में लड़का और लड़की रह रहे थे, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ देयर डिफरेंस इन रिलीजन, द बॉय वॉज हैविंग fear of his arrest. So he has approached the High Court for getting bail. Despite making strong observation, the High Court granted bail to the petitioner, who is this Shane Alam. After prolonged incarceration, he was arrested on February 25, this February 2025, and he was having no prior record. Legally, these are valid grounds of bail. He was having no criminal history. Nature of allegation was such that marriage outside the community, and therefore High Court has granted bail. So this debate of legal versus social morality debate, this debate should continue in the parliament, not in the courtrooms, because you can pose the question, you not refer it to the parliament, और आपका इन सब से कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं होगा. You are creating unnecessary controversy, and the Supreme Court take suo motu cognizance of this case and set aside the observation of the High Court so far as the morality is concerned. It has unnecessarily reignited the debate between classical debate between constitutional morality and social morality. We are always concerned about the constitutional morality, and if we go deep into the debate, constitutional morality covers every kind of other morality, because we are not concerned with the morality of a single religion, single caste, or single community. We are concerned about the morality of the community, of the entire nation as a whole, which is having basics under the constitution. So this is unnecessary kind of debate High Court has gone into. The High Court has also observed that the young people are increasingly choosing live-in relationships, but the after effects, legal complaints, broken promises, emotional damage are showing in courtrooms more and more. ये तो normal marriages में भी हो रहा है. So we can't say that live-in relationships, just because they are entering into disputes, they are totally bad. High Court cannot say that. In all the Western countries, these type of relationships are governed. In India, it is not illegal. So something which is not illegal, why the High Court is commenting upon? So this kind of observation that live-in relationships are not good, they are bad, or they are creating disputes, there is no data before the High Court to come out to these kind of findings. The High Court is saying fed up with such cases. This is unnecessary kind of observation. So High Court also said that to truly protect individuals, especially women, we need better awareness, relationships, education, and societal change. Legal recognition is not enough. Social institution must also evolve. ये तो आपकी राय है, आपका काम राय देना नहीं है. Judges are not supposed to lecture in the courtroom, write their orders. ये क्या पढ़े लिखे होने से लिव इन रिलेशनशिप नहीं होगी? हो सकता है कि पढ़े लिखों की लिव इन रिलेशनशिप ज़्यादा हो रही हो. तो दिस इज़ जस्ट मॉरल लेक्चर. So conclusion, like the High Court remarks, are a wake-up call. Legal reforms must be matched with the cultural sensitivity, education, and support. This is the view of the High Court. I don't, so far as the liberty is concerned, the High Court has upheld the liberty. So I'll give on the liberty aspect, I'll give 10 on 10 to this judgment. But so far as the moral lecture and comment on live-in relationships, कि वो पढ़े लिखे हो क्योंकि ज़्यादा लिव इन रिलेशनशिप हो रही है, उनको सोसाइटी में इवॉल्व होना चाहिए, ये दिस काइंड ऑफ अननेसेसरी लेक्चर, आई विल गिव 4 out of 10 to this judgment. So overall, so far as the liberty has been upheld, I'll give total 6 out of 10 to this judgment. So, and I believe that this judgment will be taken cognizance by the Supreme Court after its reopening, and the moral observation will be set aside as done by the Supreme Court before also. Live-in relationships are there. Live-in relationships are there to exist. Nobody can remove that, not by the legislation. Supreme Court ने इसे already upheld कर दिया है. हमारा DV Act में भी it has been considered upon. So this kind of observation by Justice Siddharth of Allahabad High Court is unnecessary, unwarranted, unnecessary moral lecture, which should not have been done. I believe that this kind of continuous dialogue and debate will help us to improve our legal knowledge, and Locum channel will continue doing that. I hope and believe that you will continue viewing this channel, give your support, and we together will enlighten our legal knowledge. Thank you, and we will meet again with some new topic. Thank you. Thanks a lot.